Welcome to the season of self-love, your daily dose of inspiration and encouragement. I'm your host, Nyomi, and I am thrilled to be here with you today. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery. Are you ready to elevate your mindset and embrace the power of self-love? Well, have you come to the right place? Each day we'll dive into topics that will empower and inspire you on your journey towards self-discovery and personal growth. Whether you're looking to cultivate healthy relationships, boost your confidence, or find balance in your life, this podcast is here to support your every step on the way. We believe that self-love is the foundation of living a fulfilled and joyful life. And together we explore practical tips, insightful interviews, and transformative stories that will leave you feeling inspired and motivated. So join me Monday through Friday as we embark on this daily adventure of self-love. Tune in to the Season of Self-Love podcast to start your day on a positive note and discover the limitless potential within yourself. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today is Tuesday, January 30th, 2024, and welcome back, my beautiful people. I am your host, Nyomi here, and welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I'm here to guide you as we explore deeper into the art of intentional living. And in our previous episode, we discussed using daily rituals to reaffirm our intentions. But today, we're going to move our intentions to a critical component that underpins our ability to keep these intentions, and that's self-care. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back. And when we come back, we're going to talk about how to understand the importance of self-care in maintaining intentions. And as we end this series, tomorrow is our last day of this series. I'm truly excited going into our next series for next month. It's going to be great. Again, I thank you all for continuing to come back and listen and share this space with me here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. I'm going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast with Nyomi, where every day is a chance to embrace self-discovery and personal growth. Join Nyomi on a transformative journey, streaming exclusively on Spotify and Breaker. With daily episodes from Monday through Friday, podcast is your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and self-love. Dive deep into engaging conversations about self-care, mindfulness, and personal development. Nyomi brings you expert insights, practical tips, and uplifting stories from thought leaders in the field. Embark on a journey of self-discovery and unlock the power of self-love. Mark your calendars and tune in to the Season of Self-Love podcast, available every weekday on Spotify and Spreaker. Remember, it's time to prioritize yourself and embrace the beautiful season of self-love. Get inspired and join Nyomi on the Season of Self-Love podcast.
I often find myself feeling stuck in my life and like I'm not reaching my full potential. But with Elevate Me, Self-Discovery, I've been able to tap into my inner self and discover what I truly want out of life. Elevate Me, Self-Discovery is an incredible program that combines video learning, self-help, and amazing audio to guide you through a journey of self-discovery. From feeling freedom and guided meditation to self-love and empowerment, this program is perfect for anyone looking to unlock their full potential. Don't let life pass you by.
Hey, my sexy people, are you ready for a transformative conversation? Well, tune in to Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap next week as we dive into the topic of mental health and well-being. Join us on Thursday, February 1st at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as we explore the challenges and stigmas around mental health. And we'll be discussing anxiety, depression, and the power of self-care. But guess what? That's not all. We're excited to introduce our special guest, Dr. William C. Washington. He is a renowned health psychologist and the founder of Washington Wellness. Dr. Will be sharing his expertise and groundbreaking holistic approach to transforming mental illness. So get ready to be inspired. This episode will break barriers and create a supportive community. We believe in embracing awareness and breaking down stigmas surrounding mental health. So make sure you tune in next Thursday, February 1st at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for an eye-opening conversation on Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap. All right, well, welcome back. It's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And today we're going to be talking about the role of self-care in sustaining powerful intentions. All right. So before we begin today's informative topic, I want to begin with a guided breathing practice. All right. And this practice is about cultivating a sense of self-awareness and compassion of oneself. So not merely relaxing. So join me in this grounding technique to create a calm and opening environment to talk about our self-care. All right. Begin by finding a comfortable seated position and rest your hands on your thighs or in your lap, with your palms facing up or down, whichever you prefer is comfortable for you. And close your eyes, and if you prefer, you can keep them softly focused on a point in front of you. Take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your belly with air. Hold it for a moment, then exhale slowly through your mouth, letting go of any tension or stress. Now bring your attention to the sensation of your breath as it enters and leaves your body. Notice the coolness of the inhale and the warmth of the exhale. And as you continue to breathe, visualize roots growing from the soles of your feet, grounding you into the earth. Feel these roots extend deep into the ground, providing a strong foundation of support and stability. With each inhale, imagine drawing in positive energy, self-awareness, and compassion for yourself. And with each exhale, release any negativity thoughts or self-judgment that no longer serves you. Allow your breath to be your anchor, calming your mind and bringing you into the present moment. Focus on the rise and fall of your abdomen, the expansion and a contraction of your chest with each breath. Take a moment to affirm yourself with kind and compassionate words, and say silently to yourself, I am deserving of love, care, and understanding. Now slowly bring your awareness back to the room. Wiggle your fingers and toes and gently open your eyes if they were closed. And remember that this breathing exercise can be done anytime you need a quick reset and grounding. And it serves as a reminder to be kind to yourself and cultivate self-awareness and compassion throughout your day. And I hope this guided breathing exercise brings you a moment of calm and self-compassion. All right. Again, I thank you. I thank you for joining me in this space at this moment, at this time. And if you're new here to the Season of Self-Love podcast, this is something that we do every day, Monday through Friday. This is a part of our self-care routine. And we're going to talk about that today, talking about self-care in this routine. And then today's topic is about the role of self-care in sustaining the power of intentions. And in this segment, we'll look at why self-care is so important to sticking to our goals. And we'll talk about how caring ourselves physically and emotionally, that it gives us the energy and the mindset we need to achieve and maintain our goals effectively. And understanding this link is critical in our quest to achieve our objectives. Self-care is essential for sticking to our goals because it helps us to maintain a healthy mind, body, and spirit. And I have a few reasons of why self-care is important for sustaining powerful intentions. One of them is mental and emotional well-being. Engaging in self-care activities such as meditation, journaling, and spending time in nature can help reduce stress, anxiety, and it can improve overall mental well-being. So when we prioritize our mental health, we can approach our goals with clarity, focus, and a positive mindset. The next one is physical health. See, when taking care of our physical health through regular exercise, nutrition, and eating and adequate sleep, it provides us with the energy and the stamina needed to pursue our goals. See, when our body is nourished and are well rested, we are more likely to have the physical resilience required to overcome obstacles and stay committed to our intentions. And self-reflection and awareness is another one. Self-care practices often involve self-reflection and introspection. So by taking the time to understand ourselves better, we can uncover any limited beliefs, fears, or pattern that may hinder our progress towards our goal. And with this self-awareness, it enables us to make necessary adjustments and set realistic expectations and develop strategies to overcome challenges. And another one is the renewed motivation and inspiration. By engaging in self-care activity, this brings us joy, relaxation, and inspiration. And it can reignite our passion for our goals, whether it's through hobbies, creative outlets, or spending quality time with our loved one. Self-care helps us to reconnect with what truly matters to us by allowing us to stay motivated and enthusiastic about our intentions. And another one is sustaining our balance. Self-care helps to establish a healthy balance between our personal and professional lives. So by prioritizing our well-being, we avoid burnout and the feeling of being overwhelmed. See, this balance allows us to maintain consistency in working towards our goals without sacrificing our mental, our emotional, or our physical health. So I want you to remember that self-care is not selfish, but rather a necessary foundation for success and personal growth. So by taking care of ourselves, we create the optimal conditions for sticking to our goals and achieving a lasting fulfillment. So now that we know the importance of why self-care is to our goals, let us take a quick break and then we'll return. And when we return, we're going to discuss the various types of self-care, all right? It's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks, here on this season of Self-Love Podcast. And we'll be right back.
Are you ready to kickstart your journey to a healthier, more fulfilling life? Introducing Good Morning, My Sexy People, 90 Days to Kick Off Your Healing Living Journal by Nyomi Banks. This transformative journal is your personal guide to achieving physical, mental, and emotional well-being. With its easy-to-follow prompts and powerful exercises, you'll embark on a 90-day healing journey like no other. Each morning, as you open the pages of this journal, you'll discover thought-provoking questions, uplifting affirmations, and space to reflect on your progress. It's your secret weapon to breaking free from old patterns and embracing a healthier, sexier you. Say goodbye to self-doubt and hello to self-love. Good Morning, My Sexy People will empower you to make positive changes every single day. You'll develop healthy habits, cultivate gratitude, and unlock your true potential. Whether you're seeking to improve your fitness, boost your confidence, or find inner peace, this journal is your trusted companion. It's the support system you need to stay motivated, focused, and inspired throughout your journey. Don't wait another day to start living your best life. Good morning, my sexy people. 90 Days to Kick Off. Your Healing Living Journal by NmW&x is available now on Amazon. Grab your copy today and begin your transformation. Remember, it's time to prioritize yourself, set your intentions, and unleash the sexy, vibrant person within. Get your copy of Good Morning, My Sexy People today, and let the healing begin.
All right, well, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi&x here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And today we're talking about the role of self-care in sustaining powerful intentions. And in the last segment, we talked about how to understand the importance of self-care in maintaining intentions. Well, self-care takes various forms, and with each, it has a distinct impact on our well-being. And in this segment, I'll lead you through many types of self-care, from physical activities to mental and emotional routines. And we'll look at how these various practices can help us with different elements of well-being and keep us on track for our goals. So self-care is essential for maintaining our overall well-being. And there are various types of self-care practices that can help with different elements of our well-being. And here are a few examples. One is physical self-care. This involves taking care of your body through activities such as regular exercises, proper nutrition, getting enough sleep, and practicing good hygiene. Physical self-care can help to improve your physical health and energy levels. So remember, in the last segment, we said how important it is for self-care with our intentions. It helps us clear our mind. The next one is emotional self-care. Well, this focuses on the nurturing of your emotional well-being. It includes activities like journaling, practicing mindfulness or meditation, or seeking therapy or counseling when needed. So expressing emotion through an art of creative outlets and spending time with supportive friends or loved ones. See, emotional self-care helps to manage stress, regulate emotions, and enhance resilience. And another one is mental self-care. This involves engaging in activities that support your mental health and cognitive well-being. It includes reading books, engaging in puzzles or brain games, learning new skills or hobbies, and practice critical thinking, and engaging in positive self-talk. Mental self-care helps to stimulate the mind and improve focus and promote personal growth, as well as social self-care. Here's another one. See, this focuses on maintaining healthy relationships and connections with others, and involves spending quality time with friends, family, or supportive communities, seeking social support when needed, setting boundaries in relationships, and engaging in activities that promote social connections and interaction. So social self-care, it can help to reduce feeling of loneliness, and it can increase a sense of belonging and improve overall well-being. One of my favorites is spiritual self-care. This involves in connecting with something greater than yourself. It's exploring your personal beliefs and values. And this can include practicing mindfulness and meditation, or engaging in religious or spiritual rituals, spending time in nature, or participating in activities that align with your spiritual values. See, spiritual self-care helps to find meaning and purpose in life, and it promotes a sense of inner peace and fulfillment. Another one is practical self-care, and this refers to managing and organizing your life effectively. It includes activities like management, setting realistic goals, creating routines, and taking care of your financial well-being. Practical self-care helps to reduce stress and increase productivity, and it creates a sense of stability in your life. And I want you to remember that self-care is a personal journey, and what works for one person may not work for another. but it's also important to explore different practices and find what resonates with you and supports your overall well-being. So now that we know the various types of self-care, let's take a quick break, and then when we come back, I'm going to share some tips with you on how to apply them into your daily routine, all right? It's your girl, the goddess, NmW&x here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we'll be right back.
Hey, this is Dog Pound Mike from Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. Come check us out every week. And remember, I'm no relationship expert. I just tell it like I hear it from McKenna. Get back at it.
I often find myself feeling stuck in my life and like I'm not reaching my full potential. But with Elevate Me, self-discovery, I've been able to tap into my inner self and discover what I truly want out of life. Elevate Me, self-discovery is an incredible program that combines video learning, self-help, and amazing audio to guide you through a journey of self-discovery. From feeling freedom and guided meditation to self-love and empowerment, this program is perfect for anyone looking to unlock their full potential. Don't let life pass you by.
All right, but welcome back. It's your girl, the goddess, NmW&x here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And today we are talking about the role of self-care in sustaining powerful intention. And in the last segment, we talked about the various types of self-care, practicing self-care, from emotional self-care to mental, spiritual, practical, and all of that. And now I'm going to give you some tips on self-care and making them into your daily routine. So consistently practicing self-care can be difficult at times. And I'll provide practical advice and ideas to help you to prioritize self-care in daily life. And we'll talk about incorporating self-care into your daily routine and how to overcome typical roadblocks. So when prioritizing self-care, it can be very challenging, especially when we're faced with time constraints and the feeling of guilt. All right. I know I've been I'm guilty of that myself. But here are some tips to help you to overcome roadblocks and make self-care a priority. First, you need to recognize the importance of self-care and understand that taking care of yourself is not selfish. Not at all. But it's necessary for your overall well-being. And when you prioritize self-care, you are better able to show up for yourself and others in all areas of your life. And the next one is to set realistic goals. So start by setting small and achievable self-care goals. So instead of trying to overhaul your your entire routine, focus on incorporating one or two self-care activities at a time. This can help you to avoid feeling overwhelmed. And I'm laughing because that used to be me. So when I tell you I used to go all in, I used to go all in. And I'm talking about less than a few months ago, literally. When I set my intentions for the month of January, and what we usually say is when we come in and we do our New Year's resolution, and usually I do everything right off. I say if I'm going to lose weight or whatever, I plan it all out where I'm working out five times a day, an hour a day. You know, I'm like, I'm going all in. And I become overwhelmed because I've now put my mental, my body, I put everything into shock, as well as I put my scheduling into shock. Like not really thinking about what my schedule is and can all of that fit in. And so instead of me doing, go by, one thing and I'm going to add this in today, or I'm going to add this in tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I kind of went all in. And what it did for me, it didn't work. And let me tell you why. I will hold on to that for 3 months. 3 months was the top. 90 days was the top for me. It stopped right there. And then after that, I will get so burned out that now my body is now down for like a good 2 or 3 weeks. Kid you not. I kid you not. So when I really said and I really thought about self-care, about, even adding the physical and the eating and all of that in, I said, look, I have to go in this with a plan. And what I mean a plan, I'm not talking about like going in, cold hard turkey with it. I need to go in step by step. I need to understand I need to crawl before I walk. You understand what I'm saying? It's like I go into maintaining that I've been active all of my life. I've been an athlete. I played basketball. I ran track. I did all of these things. But then I have to realize that I'm older. My body is not the same as I was when I was 19, 20, shit, even 30. It's not even the same body. Damn, 40. You understand what I'm saying? And so getting that and understanding what my body is now, what I have for today, not what I had yesterday or what I want for tomorrow, but I need to work on what I have today, if that makes sense. So when setting your goals, think about where you are today for your daily self-care goals. You understand what I'm saying? So let's not try to put in a whole lot into one day when we know we don't have the time. And this goes to our next one, is create a schedule. Make self-care a non-negotiable part of your routine by scheduling specific times for you. Treat these appointments with yourself as you would any other commitment and stick to them. Break your self-care activities into smaller chunks if you have limited time available. So for me, like even when I record the podcast, and I know that if I sit for a good 30 minutes, I need to take me a break. And I've showed videos of me taking me a dance break to kind of change my energy. For me, that's a part of my self-care because one, I love music and I love to dance. So for me, this will help to move my motivation even more. It does. And at times, if it gets too overwhelming, I will set aside a time and a space. I will work 30, 40 minutes and I will take me a 10-minute break. I had to learn and teach myself how to do that because before I will work. And then if I get tired, I will feel guilty. I will literally feel guilty if I get tired from sitting at a desk for 6 hours and not taking a break. Literally. But now I'm like, no, you have to understand what you are doing to yourself. What you are doing to yourself. So now you are unable to show up for yourself or no one else. You cannot show up the way that's needed. That is healthy for anyone. The next one is practice mindfulness. Incorporate mindful techniques into your daily routine to help you stay present and focused. And I know that's something that we do here every day here on the Season of Self-Love podcast on Monday through Friday. And I knew that it was needed for this podcast to do this. Because like I said, I am so guilty of not being able to prioritize certain things for self-care in my life. And so I said, what better way that I can do it, that I know that I most definitely get it in, but also to you, my beautiful people out there, that y'all can at least get that 60 seconds or 2 minutes or however long that guided meditation or that breathing exercise is. At least you have it in for at least 5 days out of the week, or how many days that you listen to this podcast. You understand? So in that, for me, it helps reduces anxiety. Sometimes I need it a little bit more than others on some days, but at least we starting somewhere. You understand? At least we starting somewhere. So being mindful, it can help reduce feeling of guilt by reminding you of the importance of self-care and allowing you to fully enjoy and appreciate the moment. All right, next, delegate and ask for help. So if you find yourself overwhelmed with responsibility, consider delegating your task or asking for help from family, friends, or colleagues. And it's okay to lean on others for support when needed to create more time for your self-care. And I'm sitting here and I got my hand up. My hand is up and it is waving. My hand is up and it is waving. Matter of fact, I got both of my hands up and I'm waving. Because I've had to put my pride to the side and understand that there takes a village. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to run a company. It takes a village to build a community. And those are things that I am learning at this moment. Learning to trust others, learning to be able to delegate them for an assignment to do. And I have, I can't say that I'm all the way out of the driver's seat when it comes to that, but when it comes to my self-care, I really come out of the driver's seat and I went to my passenger side. So the one thing is I've been blessed that I do have a beautiful loved one that's in my life that, will come and say, hey, you good? Have you taken a break yet? And if that person is not in my area, they will text me and say, you good? Did you take a break yet? Did you eat yet? And will remind me of that. And would truly remind me of like, look, I know what your purpose is and I know what your goal is, but guess what? If you don't take care of yourself, then what is this purpose for? Hello? All right. All right, the next one is let go of perfectionism. Yes. Remember that self-care doesn't have to be elaborate or perfect. It can be as simple as taking a few moments to breathe deeply, going for a walk, and enjoying a cup of tea. Let go of the idea that everything has to be perfect and embrace the small moments of self-care. And I can't stress how important that is. From a person who is a recovering perfectionist. Yes, I said it. I am a recovering perfectionist. Everything to me always had to be big and elaborate. It just couldn't be the simplest things. It just couldn't. But now I understand that it can be. It should be. For me. All right, the next one is the practice self-compassion. This is so important. It's so very important because we are our biggest critic. And to be very honest, most of the time we are our biggest enemy. We allow that mind to get to thinking. Man, remember what we talked about a few weeks ago about that negative thoughts that come in your mind? Come in a form of limited beliefs of, old ghosts talking to you, whether you hear it's a parent's voice or a teacher voice or someone voice in your head and, make yourself doubt yourself. This is where you need to understand that you are learning. That now you've chosen to take actionable steps towards your self-care. And that at times and moments, I don't know how old you are, that it's going to take time. If you have been on this earth for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, it's going to take time. And be patient with yourself. Don't feel guilty because you did A, B, C, or D today. And it wasn't a line of what you do. Okay. Just recognize it, adjust it, and move on. Just because today you wasn't able to work out. Just because today you allow somebody to get up under your skin. Don't allow that to throw you off. Remember, say, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm human. I am not perfect. But in that process, what did I learn from it? What did I learn from it? I know if somebody's gotten under my skin, I laugh. Now I laugh. Because I was getting ready to go. I was getting ready to go to that 90s chick. And then I stopped myself and I laughed. And I said, woo, girl. Ooh, thank you to that self-care. Seriously. 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 So practicing self-compassion. You be kind to yourself and let go of any guilt or negative self-talk around prioritizing self-care. I want you to remind yourself that taking care of yourself is important and very necessary. So treat yourself with the same compassion that you would extend to a friend. Be a friend to yourself. Be your best friend. You are your best friend. Remember that intimate relationship with yourself. Remember that. Remember that same love that you want to give to somebody else, give that love to yourself. So be compassionate with yourself. And remember, self-care is a personal journey, and it may look different for everyone. My journey don't look like your journey. But find what activities nourish your mind and your body and soul, and make them a priority in your daily routine. All right. I thank you all. We have come to an end of today's show. And I thank you. I really do. I truly appreciate you all that listen, comment, and all of those good things. Good things. So as we wrap up today's session, I'd like to invite you to consider your self-care routines and how they support your intentions. Remember that self-care is not an indulgence, but a necessary component of maintaining strong intentions. Again, thank you for joining me today and just sharing this space with me. And I hope that this episode, that it motivates you to put your well-being first as you work towards your goals. And let us recognize self-care as an essential component of our deliberate life, all right? So take care. Today is Tuesday, and I live it, live life. Live it, and live. All right, have a good one. Thank you for listening to the Season of Self-Love podcast. If you have any questions or would like to connect with us, you can follow us on social media. Just search for the Season of Self-Love on Instagram. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, feel free to email us at elevateme9999@gmail.com. And remember, you are worthy of love, growth, and happiness. So keep shining bright. And I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the Season of Self-Love. Be good to one another and yourselves. And always keep it sexy. Send a light, love, and prayers.